Hello people, this is Power here with a quick update video. Just doing it through audio. Just because this is the third time I've had to do this. I did one on... I did one, I think, 2 days ago on the 29th. Then I did one this morning at like 4 a.m. through like 6 a.m. But then I didn't like that one just because honestly it's too long. That's the huge issue with these update videos. I talked for too long. So this time I'm really gonna just try to like get straight to the point with things and such, and not ramble on, and try to keep personal things to myself. Uh, so yeah. So first thing to announce, Tuesday, technically, I uploaded a short called PowerRider's Halloween Encounter. This was a short I essentially made for my audiences over on Twitter fleets because I appreciate them a lot. Just the fact that they they bother sitting through my like garbage. So I just wanted to make something special for them, and I think it went pretty successful. So on Monday I fleeted it out. Then Tuesday I actually uploaded it to my second channel and such. And also the reason why I made this short was because it was essentially, well, there's two reasons. One reason is because I wanted to kind of just do a send-off thing for the, to round up the 5th anniversary of, making content as a whole, even though I'll get to that. And also just because I made it an apology for not finishing the final overview, because I don't want to go deep into it because the short spoils a lot of it. But essentially, it was my plan to actually finish the final overview by the end of the year, because it makes a lot of sense, because to round off the 5th anniversary, to finish off the overview series. However, just because of college and school and like lack of motivation and writer's block, I couldn't do that. So I'm really upset at myself for not being able to finish the final overview, but so I'm really gonna try to push to get phase 3 part 2 out by the end of January and the beginning of February at best. I'm gonna try to work on that with whatever I state later about the main channel. Other things with the second channel, there's a lot of SNSD content I have not released because Final Overview Phase 3 Part 2 hasn't released. Because I don't know which way I want to approach it. Like, either I upload all this content in a lead that leads into Final Overview Part 2, or I just put out Final Overview Part 2 and then dump it all. I don't know which way will be better, because honestly, I feel like if I try to do the setup thing and not like finish it on time, then it's just going to fall flat on its face, because that's what happened with Final Overview Phase 2 Part 1, is that I had this lead up of content, but then nothing happened. I put up a teaser, then nothing happened, and then it came then it came 2 weeks late. So it's just like, I kind of don't want to do the lead up approach again, but at the same time, I really don't want to keep holding on to this content that has been meaning to get released for months, because this is content that's been held since September through November. So, no, August through November. So, it's that bad. Other than that, there's like some other stuff that I've held because of Final Review Phase 3 Part 2. It's honestly kind of why the second channel went on a unnecessary hiatus in November, just because I had content I couldn't release because Final Overview Phase 3 Part 2 needed to get released, but it still hasn't, because that's in writing limbo. Because the issue I'm going through is that I really want to try to make the structure more fluent, because Phase 2 Part 1, even though my entire point of that one was just be very laid back and be genuine about like my thoughts on like every single boy group I knew, with feedback from my sister, she said like some parts were just kind of unnecessary, or they dragged for too long. So I really want to try to fix that in Phase 3 Part 2. So I'm trying to like incorporate that. Technically, girl groups are a lot easier for me for spoiler reasons, but other than that, I don't know, I'm just struggling. So I'm just gonna have to pull through it somehow. But yeah, I don't know how long it'll take for me to write it and such, especially right now I have to put it out there because I need to fill in gaps, because I just created the biggest like plot holes. So yeah. Last things I want to say about the second channel. Just, I don't know, there will be more. I don't know, I think camp plays are gonna be on hiatus for now, even though they are always inconsistent. But it's just like, I finally, oh, actually, no, I can't say that. I can't say what game is going to be the 20th one. Shoot. But basically, I'm going to reach to the second, or the 20th entry by tomorrow, because it was actually supposed to be every Friday a camp play got released. But because I didn't put Timberman Versus early up enough, because that video was done since October, I couldn't do that anymore. So I was like, shoot, I guess I'm gonna have to put these out in a week. And so, as much as I really wanted to put out the camp plays by the or just start clean for 2021, I sadly can't do that. So that's fun. Other than camp plays, I feel like camp plays will probably be on hold until I can actually just, I'm in the mood to do them again. While I feel like what's going to be in its place will be that proposed Memories of Heroes Let's Play series that Zrykin wants to do. Just when he gets the necessary equipment, then we will do it. Because that's been sitting on my shelf for like a month. Because I've actually forgotten I have the game. Because I'm like, oh yeah, I need to enter these codes. And so, yeah. I guess before I actually close things off with the second channel, if you want my unreleased, like the majority of my unreleased SNSD content, like from the edits, just look at my playlist for the edits and others. I have 4 comparison videos that I still needed to release, in the PowerRider Others or PowerRider's Others playlist. And for the edits playlist, I have a full version of an edit that I made that was supposed to get released, but I never did. So yeah. I just decided to unlist them because I'm like, okay, I'll just let people who are curious watch them. But yeah, like at some point they need to get officially released. And speaking of edits, I have a surprise video that's gonna come out 2 hours after the can't play, because for consistency's sake, I didn't want to put it up on a Saturday. So, yeah. Okay, main channel. I guess I want to start with reflecting on how I feel like I did overall. I used to just start off with the previous 2 recordings. I started off with like, oh, here are my plans, but I don't think that's a good idea. I should start with how, like, reflecting on the channel overall. Oh, and I guess I feel like I think this year I have actually gained a lot of attention. I don't know how exactly, but I think it's because of my Shining Ultraman Zero Crystal demo. Because I actually got like a lot of audience outside of the US for that and such. So that was pretty neat. If I had to check right now, which I don't, that's gonna take a while for me to do. Currently, it's at 44,000 views, which I'm just like, I don't know how exactly I was able to achieve that, but okay. I think the most outrageous thing definitely is the fact that, like, I think I've gotten over like nearly 150 subscribers this year, which is just insane. Because I think I started the year at like 200 or like close to 300, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm probably gonna get by 350 by the end of the year. Then I got like 400 subscribers at like, what was it? Like a few months ago, like July at best. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm gonna get like 430. I'm gonna get at 430 because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a significant slowdown. And no, right now I'm at 478, and it's just like, wow, that's actually amazing. I really appreciate that and such, because it's just like, wow, I'm actually gonna reach 500 at least by like March or so. But other than that, for like how I actually feel with the videos I've been putting out, I think it went pretty smooth for like the first few months, because if I had to remember, like literally like January, because it was like at the end of December, I think I was starting to cover the Legend Rider Final Form ride watches and such, and then I was just covering like Geo stuff, I believe. Then February, I think I covered Taiga again. Then then March I started, I don't know. I actually kind of don't remember my stuff. Like, essentially, like, I just covered a lot of backlog through March and April. Then what did I do in May? I don't remember what May was. I can look, but I kind of don't. Well, I don't want to do that because, like, that's going to take too long, and I'm just going to just speak randomness until I can actually find it. But essentially, I think this year, content-wise, was actually pretty good. Yeah, I can't even view it because the last video that shows up is Punching Kong. Great. I can just look at my playlist, such. Obviously I covered 0-1 and such. I covered half. I essentially covered like up to like 1/3 of quarter 3. Uh, can I find it? Yeah. Yeah, it was just more backlog stuff, I believe, because oh yeah, I had another round of ride watches. I forgot about that. Like Gashapon and Candy Toy ride watches. I think that was at least like a good month or so. That was April. Yeah, that was April. Um, Other than that, so then I covered 0-1 for like an entire month. Then I covered Geo again in a month. And then I what? I covered the VS Memorial set. Then like Beast Morphers stuff, or like the second half of like Beast Morphers season 2 stuff, I believe, and concluding season 1 of Beast Morphers. Then we moved on to the 5th anniversary celebration month, September, where I just decided to release a bunch of old content I have held back for years just because I wasn't happy about it at the time. But then now, because, you know, we're embracing the 5th anniversary, it's just like, oh, you know, let's just embrace this content and such. There's still one video I need to release out of that. I haven't been able to find it, and Draken's kind of like against me putting it up. It's our first unboxing we ever did. I haven't been able to find it in the network hard drive, but I am, because I feel like Draken says he still has it. I'm kind of skeptical on that if I can't find it. So, yeah. Like I thought September was a fun month. But I guess I'll just say this, like the thing is that I did that like straight after I finished Final Overview Phase 2 Part 1. So like I was kind of already like just worn out and such. And the thing is that I was going to start school. So I was just like, shoot, I gotta get this out there. And so then I kind of rushed the videos out. I think it was the Yokai Watch Happy Meal opening. That one was a last minute addition because I forgot I didn't put that video out. So then other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed that month. Because obviously the big thing with that month was the fact I reviewed in commemoration of like 5 years, I reviewed the Sengoku driver, and then they ended up announcing the CSM 2 months later. Fun. So then October was like the most light month of the year, I'll have to say. Just because I did a Monday Wednesday schedule. So I just did like unboxings, and then I finally revitalized builds, or like what builds were supposed to be, which was just essentially building like, you know, Sotos or like, you know, Candy Toy figures and such. And November was also supposed to be a really light month, but then because My Oh My, or like what became part 1 of it, that was already 3 hours, so I was like, oh shoot, I have to get this out there. So then I got it out there and had to start rushing out content because, you know, I couldn't just hold this off because, you know, I already had December planned and I didn't have November planned. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just throw a video every day randomly, and I don't think that worked. I'm pretty sure it overwhelmed my audience. And the fact that like the videos were just essentially unedited, I'm not very happy about. I'm actually very disappointed at myself at that. Because even though I clearly say to myself, cut, I don't cut at all. So it's just like, I'm very disappointed at myself for the video quality. That's the one thing I'm not really happy about this year. It's just like the video quality has just been poor. Because like a lot of videos I put up this year, because I had to rush them out, like just like they'll just have parts where like it'll just drag because I didn't cut it out. Cause I was wondering cause with some specific videos I'll be like wondering like, why is this like a minute longer than like these and such, and I'll be like, oh, it's because I didn't cut out that. I didn't cut out me taking that item out, or like, cut out my first attempt, or like my attempt at doing it and such. So I definitely want to try improving on that next year. But yeah. So oh, okay, like that's then November went through. November you got 3 unboxings because I couldn't put them all in one video. That would have been like 6 hours. So then December I want to say went all right as a whole. After Beast Week, I feel like Beast Week was just kind of really thrown in your face. Because like Beast Week was supposed to take place in October, but I obviously didn't have the 2 rings I needed. So it got delayed to like a month. And I think the thing that hurt too was that basically you guys went through like a month and a half, or like nearly almost 2 months with no reviews at all from the channel. Like you just had like filler content, and I feel like that didn't really help, because then you were essentially just stuck with unedited videos of me talking for like a very long time and such. And then Beast Week finally brought them back and such. And then obviously I did like another backlog week of some kind, where I just covered essentially the rest of the Beast Morphers and Cure Major. And then obviously with Christmas stuff, because I always like trying to like incorporate Christmas stuff on like the days, or correlating on the days of Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Excuse me. And then obviously after that the schedule's been weird, and I apologize for that. I didn't really think it that well, just because this update video was supposed to be kind of grander because of the thumbnail. But then I was like, okay, I'm running out of time. I need to just do this in audio. It's like, why did you put up 2 builds per day? And I have to say, because I don't know. Cause honestly, it's because I didn't really know what I would put up technically tomorrow. So I just wanted to make it easier on myself, just to do Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So yeah, I didn't know what I wanted to do for a full week. So yeah. Now I'm done with reflections. My plans for 2021. I did have bigger plans, but just like Beast Week, because I didn't have 2 rings, that's the same thing with my entire like schedule, because I don't have specific items still I can't actually start what I wanted to do for 2021. So I'm in like panic mode right now of what exactly I'm gonna do with the next month. Now, honestly, um, this might seem selfish of myself, but it's like I looked into like my video uploads and such, and saw that like technically I've been uploading like at least one video a week since September 27th of 2019 and haven't had a break since. And I was kind of thinking like whether or not it was a good idea if I actually should take another hiatus. But again, like what I said, it's just kind of selfish of myself because it's like, well, you don't need to take a break. You already took a break in the second channel. So it's just like, and it's like, I'm very behind with like content and such. So it's just like, I'm just going to have to like bite the dust and just deal with juggling with making content for this channel. Whoops. Making content for this channel and then trying to like finish up my own personal projects on the second channel. Once I want to do more stuff on, but then I can't have all my focus on that because I have to do stuff with this channel. As I feel like at this point it's just like, like basically taking breaks are like detrimental because it's like the moment you easily like say like, oh yeah, I want to take a break, then you're just gonna lose everyone. So it's like, well shoot, I guess I'm still going to just keep at it and such despite like not having the mental capacity of doing so. So that's fun. So yeah, I'm panicking about like what exactly I'm gonna cover in the next month to like, like hold out until February if I can actually do what I want to do. But I don't know if that's gonna work just because of the fact that like I don't know, it really just depends on how much we can spend and such. Because like what I said, I really want to start trying to cut down. Whoops, I apologize for that. I really want to start cutting down on like our expenses and such, especially because we have a bunch of pre-orders, and I'm not happy about that. So it's just like we can't really, necessarily like get stuff monthly, especially because we're in a state of a pandemic and that the shipping prices are going to increase. So we can't necessarily do that willy-nilly, which is why I wanted to try to get like everything I needed by the end of the year, but then we failed at that. So yeah. Other than that, yeah, I really don't have anything else to say because I really actually want to make like a big announcement like, guys, this is what I have planned for next year and such. And I was really psyched about it, but then it's just like, it's just like this is what always happens to me when I plan things ahead. They always fall flat for me, and then I'm just like upset at myself for just even thinking about it. So it's just like, why did I even bother planning this if it's just never gonna happen? So yeah. Um so I don't really know what's gonna happen within the channel at this point. Cause it's just like I can't keep just throwing filler stuff. I can't just keep throwing filler because I'm literally like almost out of content. So it's just like essentially I have to like throw out the stuff I intended on throwing like on the weekends and such for like extra reviews, but now that has to be the main course, and it's just like, oh, shoot, like I don't have anything else. I can't just review like something major because that's supposed to be part of this and such. So yeah, like I guess I can just start, like if I'm really that desperate, I can just like sit down and like review some like uh well, I don't know. The only thing I had in mind was just like, yeah, if I really was that desperate, I can do like I can do like an individual video for like each Gashpon progress key I have, and then that will be a week, but no one wants that because I already have those. So it's just like, that's like at a desperation point, which honestly is just like, I don't want to. So yeah. Um I guess before I end this off and such, it's just I should probably just, well, I feel like I should actually probably say what exactly I actually was gonna say for like what I was gonna schedule out and such. So like uh so basically what I had in mind, or what I intended on doing, is that we're gonna start off the year with like 2 months worth of 01 content, just because 01 is a month worth of stuff. 01, I'm literally missing two things that is literally causing me to be able to like do it at all, which is kind of dumb. But it's like, I need those two items so then the week can go smoothly. uh I mean the months. And then I don't know what have happened exactly after. I think I had Zet in mind, but I really wanted to tie Zet up with like, with the movie stuff too, whenever that gets announced, because I was actually looking back at like my other Television issues from like October, and they had movie announcements and such. So I'm like, huh, it's really weird that Zet didn't announce a movie. So that's actually kind of concerning. So yeah. Uh I think, well, again, I'm going to be vague with this, but like what I need out of this, but obviously I was going to dedicate like a week or 2 weeks of finishing Geo, of what I can finish out of it. Just because, we, especially with like Rider Time Geo versus Decade and Decade versus Geo, I think that would be nice. I just, need my corresponding ride watches to actually be able to do that, because other than that, like, they're recorded, they just can't get put out. So uh then there's, I think, I don't know who I was going to put up with Saber. No, not Saber, Geo. Saber, I guess speaking of Saber now, I think Saber I was actually planning on, like, I guess actually covering for a month, just because, the quarter one stuff aren't that bad. I just need like 4 5 things out of it. So I don't know. I want to say Saber will most likely happen like before the summer this time, just because I already have the toys. I don't know. It depends. If I actually do get, the stuff I need out of quarter one. I don't plan on picking anything up of quarter 2 that's like new. Well, besides power ups, but other than that, quarter 2 I'm not really looking into as of now. This one's kind of up in the air of whether or not I actually want to do it, but Gaim, to like lead up to the release of the CSM belt. But however, will not be in the month that it releases. It will be like in the time frame of its existence. So, and obviously that's the stuff I had in mind that I have. But for stuff that are coming out pretty soon, obviously Zenkaiger I have to prep for. Zenkaiger I feel like I don't know how long I will wait out until I will put up stuff for it. Because, there's the Gertlinger, the Buckle, and then the Candy Toy sets, or the Shogun sets, and then Gashapon, and then there's the mechs. So, I just don't know what I'm gonna do about that. I think I might cover like a month worth of stuff in like a week or so, maybe. Well, yeah, I definitely am gonna go full on in with Zenkaiger. I've been saying that. It's just that as of now, Draken seems to differ, because he's excited for it, but he doesn't want to like buy it right away. He wants to wait for it to like sell out or to be sold out, and then just never get it. So yeah. And then obviously we have the loads of premium Bandai of 01. That's just fun. I'm not looking forward to it, honestly. I am, but like just sitting down and recording it, I'm just gonna be so like brain dead at that point. So yeah. Overall, that should be it with the channel. I need to state this too, because I forgot about it. Dino Fury. I really don't want to buy into the line by need to showcase the pin system and such, because no one else is going to do it, so I have to. So far only the morphers released. So, and I already put out the entire pin system for the Dino Fury morpher. It's pretty poor, and I feel like we're probably going to get a lot of repeats, because what I'm getting is that, well, what we already knew is that they're just different like musical tunes or jingles. So I feel like they might be reusing some, which kind of sucks, but But anyways, now to actually like conclude, I think I kind of did a lot this year overall. And I guess I want to say thank you guys for just coming in and just watching my stuff. I personally don't really care for views and such, especially with my main channel, just because though the videos I put out aren't like on par what I'm actually capable of. So like because it's just like if I'm a video editor, why am I putting the most like one of the most simplest like looking videos ever it's like it looks like I'm like not like what I'm saying I am, but it's just like, again, it's like with Halloween Encounter, like that's what I'm essentially more capable of, because that's essentially the video. Like Halloween Encounter is essentially like what I did for my junior and senior year final projects for my video production class. So that's what it essentially is. And that's like just more of the stuff I want to do, but then it's just like, uh, I like sitting down and like doing these videos, but I feel like at the same time, it's just like these videos undermine my actual abilities. But then it's just like when I actually try to actually showcase like what I'm capable of, no one cares about it. So it's just like, why do I even bother? So yeah, I guess like, yeah, this year was definitely a slap in the face for sure. Um, like nothing really looked like anything was gonna happen. Like the only like special thing is like, oh look, we're in a new decade. And then look, we're slapped with a pandemic and such, and it's just like, okay, it didn't like hinder anything of what I wanted to do. Like yeah, for school stuff it did, because I had things planned. Obviously, I get slapped in the face, and then it's just like, okay. But like channel wise, nothing got affected because nothing significant was planned besides final overview. But like the only thing that got hindered was just my motivation to actually like just do these like giant projects I want to do, because I'm aware that like I don't have an audience for it, and it's like that's technically a good thing, but then at the same time it's just like, I for some reason rely on non-existent feedback, and it's just like, I want feedback so that I know like if I'm doing things like correctly, or like, if people actually did enjoy what I did. And it's like, I get, to receive none of that is just kind of like, at this point it's just like, I know like you should technically just make things for yourself, but at the same time it's just like, I really want to just start making things for like people can just sit down and be like, wow, that was stupid, and just like laugh at it. But it's just like, it's just like, I feel like it's just, I just have to acknowledge that I don't have an audience for stuff, and that I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Because it's just like, I guess that's just a difficult thing for me too, because it's just like, well, I want like certain people to like be in my videos and such, and like, if I approach them, they're gonna be like, why the heck do you want me to be in your video? You're nothing. It's like, yeah, but it's just like, you seemed approachable, and it's like, okay, but why do you want me in your video? It's like, because I thought it would be cool. Leave. Okay. So it's just like, it's kind of like, that's the thing I'm like struggling with, is just like, I want to do more things, but I technically can't because of my placement, because we're all stuck in like specific classes. And it's just like, once you're stuck in that class, you can't move up or down, or like you'll move down, but you can never move up. And that's where I'm at. I'm at like the lowest position, and it's just like, hey, I want to do cool things, but I'm blacklisted. So, yeah. I think I'll stop for now, just because I might get more personal if I talk more, and I'm already at 44 minutes. I think that's a good stopping point. Anyways, this is gonna be hard to timestamp. This is PowerRider, and Happy New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year's to you all. I'm not looking forward to anything in 2021, because I don't know what to expect. Just, I don't know. This decade has already failed us already.